Thanks everyone for joining us. We'll start right in with questions for Coach Joe. Who do you got? Just 1 second.
Just 1 second, sorry.
No problem. Sure.
Good to go.
That's a change from the television.
Gonzalo, first of all, just your overall thoughts on winning a game like that, kind of at the death there, and specifically in the second half performance, it seemed like things just got away from you guys a little bit in the second half versus the first half where you were really, really dominant.
Yeah, first of all, congrats to Charlotte. They're a very good team. I really like the proposal, the identity that Coach Miguel Angel Ramirez is trying to bring to Charlotte. Is very, very fun to play against teams that always want to play out from the back, always want to play short, that want to build, and they want to play good football. So I always appreciate that, and they were a very, very good opponent today. Yes, I think that the first half we probably played better. We had a lot of possession. I think at halftime we were around 70% of possession, so it was very, very good. And chances creation, I think we were very high as well. But the second half, the adjustments they did, I think they worked. It was almost meant for men in certain parts of the field, and it took us a while to really break that down. I think that the pass in behind to Brooks in the PK is an example of that. Identify the solutions, like they were meant for men. Okay, the space can be in behind, and we did that, and I think it was a very good response by the team. Then with their goal from set pieces again, they took a bit of momentum and they gained confidence. But after that, the reaction from my team is what I love, is the reaction, the players impacting the game from the bench. I think that was a massive positive. And also the reaction from my players with the heart, with the passion, with the intensity, winning duels, winning tackles, and sending messages here and there, but also continue playing. I think that's what we saw at the end of the game. And well, I think it's a good reward for the team, that goal from Jake Morani to win the game.
Coach, Gabo Almada finally debuted with the team. He got more minutes than most people expected. What are your thoughts on his debut?
Yeah, I think he came in a very difficult game. I think it was hard to debut in that moment. Also, sometimes when you make two changes at the same time, it's also kind of the adjustments are bigger, so then they have to figure out the first couple of minutes. The intensity was very high at the moment he was in, but I felt once he started to combine and to get certain touches, I really like what I saw when he started to combine with Joseph, with Marcelino, and playing on beneath, and then switching a very good ball into Jake Morani. I think he was pretty smart. He looked pretty smart player, but obviously he needs to continue the integration with his teammates and understand the tactics. But overall, I would say it was a massive positive, the debut from Thiago Almada.
Two questions. Does this type of win in the final minutes provide, do you think, a confidence boost for the next couple of weeks for the team? And second, Joseph got his goal on a penalty kick, but was denied several other times by some really good goalkeeping. That seems like a positive sign for the offense going forward, particularly as you're getting guys like Moreno and Almeida more fit and ready to go, possibly 90 minutes.
Yes, I think you are correct. I think Joseph scoring a goal, kind of breaking down that little path of two games without a goal for him, even though he created a few chances in other games and just the goal was denied. Today, another very good save by the goalkeeper, an impressive save. I think that it was very good to see that goal, even though it was a PK, it count the same, and it's positive. I think what you are seeing is Joseph more involved, both in defending and attacking, trying to run in behind. He's trying to stretch the lines, and also he get rewarded. It's very good for us. I think if we are a bit better in that final delivery, in that final touch, in that final cross, once we get in dangerous areas, I think we're going to put even more chances there for Joseph to score and for others, like coming from the second line. So I think that will come with time and, understanding the movements of each other on the attack.
Go to Sydney and then down.
Gonzalo, you kind of alluded to it a few minutes ago, but you mentioned the set piece goal by Armour and some other moments throughout the match with set pieces. How does the team kind of work past that? Is that a concern for you, for this team moving forward?
Well, I cannot deny it's a little bit of a concern because so far we've been conceding some goals, but at the same time, I felt that we were very good in most of those. it was probably, the adjustments when, the substitutions, Marcelino and Thiago coming on, and then right away there's a corner, and then, maybe they didn't have time to pass really the adjustments in that set piece. So yeah, maybe we as coaches, we take blame for that. Maybe we were not as clear as needed, but we will obviously continue working on that. I think there are a lot of improvements. I think on that regard, I think there are many, many positives, but obviously we took a goal, so we need to reflect on that and work more.
Yeah.
Coach, 43,000 in the building tonight, 67 last week. It still seemed like it was just as loud as it was last week. What are your thoughts on the crowd?
It was amazing. To be honest, it was amazing. Even in the first half, when we went to the halftime 0-0, I was enjoying the game like them. I think they felt you were listening to the enjoyment and the laughs and the passion and the crowd just enjoying a game that we were trying to really score the goals, and they felt that, and there was that type of connection. And then obviously at the end, we felt their support when, a little bit the wasting time from the opponent, and they were trying to put pressure on the opponent and the referee. And I love that connection when they are into the game, they are reading, and they are feeling what we need. We needed that type of support. So for me, that's the connection that I always talk about when the crowd is on the same page with the players and they know what we need. I think that's the result, and I'm just happy for that connection.
Gonzalo, I wanted to ask you about the changes that you did make to bring in Almada and Moreno. You didn't wait too long in the second half before you made those changes. Was it because of something that you just saw happening early on in that second half that made you want to get those guys on? Or was it more just, that they're talented players, you want to get the maximum amount of minutes out of them as possible?
Yes, I think there were different layers to those decisions. Number one, probably Marcelino could have started the game. I mean, that's the one that we reflected a lot on how to start the game. But I felt that because Marcelino didn't train any of the 6 weeks that we did in preseason, it's too early already to put him at a very, very high intensity since the beginning of the game and maybe playing 60, 70 minutes. I probably prefer him to play those 30, 35 minutes that he played at a higher intensity when the pace of the game is a little bit lower, so then he can impact better the game. And I can do that. I have the luxury to do that because Tyler and Brooks and Amar, they are performing very well. So I trust them, but at the same time, that was a reflection. Thiago was a bit different. Obviously, Thiago, I'm still more conservative maybe on that, and let's see how I can progress him into 90 minutes player, because he will be for sure. But I have to be careful on how I manage his minutes, so he has the right path for success. The same with Marcelino. At that moment, I thought that I needed a little bit more creativity in that part of the field, more quality, a little bit on those final passes. I mean, we were in the right spots, but maybe not delivering the right type of passes. And I felt that with them, that could have come. And that's the reason why they came very earlier in the second half.
Pastor, anything English in the back?
Hi, Coach. Kevin Taylor made Sports Night to talk to you. And two-part question. One, just talk about Brad Guzan today, his performance, as well as Joseph Martinez being in position to still try to get goals as well.
Yes, something that I'm very proud of is those two veteran players that we have. You can say that almost in the opposite sides of the field, one saving goals, the other one scoring goals. But at the same time, I think both are buying to the idea of Brad is the first attacker. Brad is the one that starts our build-up, our play out from the back, our play out from the goal kicks, and he's the first one in possession in our team. But at the same time, Joseph, yes, we want him to score goals, but he's the first one to press the goalkeeper, to press the center back. He's the first defender in our unit, and he is embracing that. So I'm very proud of what they have come together, like as two of the leaders of the team, and they're trying to do whatever it takes to win games. And that's something I'm very happy and proud of those two.
Switch over to Spanish. Go ahead and back.
Hola Gonzalo, Natalia Garza de Telemundo Atlanta. ¿Cómo logras que tus jugadores lleguen a trabajar en equipo y así mismo explotar las individualidades de cada uno?
Oh, qué buena pregunta. Yo creo que está más filosófica esa, pero yo creo que es con tiempo y trabajo. Yo creo que al final de cuentas mi trabajo es poner a esas individualidades que mencionas en las mejores posiciones para que tengan éxito y tratar de conjugarlas para que obviamente tengan éxito. Pero en ese camino hay muchos baches, hay muchas cosas que comienzas a percibir, hay veces que un jugador quizás es superior individualmente que el otro, pero la combinación de dos te da mejores resultados en un lado. Y entonces esas coordinaciones que puedes ir generando, esas pequeñas sociedades que generas, son las que uno tiene que estar prestando atención en cada entrenamiento, estar viendo, estar poniendo ejercicios, ponerlos en diferentes situaciones para tratar de exponerlos a situaciones que se van a ver en el fin de semana y de ahí ver las respuestas de cada uno en diferentes funciones. Entonces te diría que con trabajo, tratando de reflexionar mucho como entrenadores, tratando de tener mucha humildad también para pensar que el jugador puede tener soluciones mejores que las de uno y tener esa apertura, pero más que otra cosa el trabajo y la dedicación en cada entrenamiento.
Gracias.
Profesor Enriquita, Periódico Estadio. ¿Cómo está ahora el equipo Almada? ¿Rendiría más como volante ofensivo o como extremo?
Otra muy buena pregunta. ¿Tú qué piensas? Quizás me gustaría saber opiniones, ¿no? Mira, es complicado decirte hoy en día en dónde va a jugar específicamente. La primera razón por la cual no lo sé es porque si te fijas un poco nuestro equipo es muy cambiante, de repente nos gustan mucho las rotaciones y de repente tú veías hoy Tyler Wolf, por ejemplo, inició de extremo izquierdo, pero con las rotaciones que hacíamos de repente terminaba por detrás de Joseph porque ahí es donde estaba el espacio y a lo mejor Amar terminaba más por dentro, del lado izquierdo como un enganche por izquierda y Andrew Goodman es el que terminaba de extremo. Entonces, en esas rotaciones en donde van a jugar, si tengo pensado poner de repente al mismo tiempo a Thiago y Marcelino, que son jugadores similares, pues como hoy, ¿cómo los ponemos? Entonces, es algo que todavía tendré que ir viendo entrenamiento, ser muy perspicaz de ver en dónde se empiezan a sentir cómodos, de qué manera los podemos conjuntar a ellos con otros jugadores, pero evidentemente lo bueno es que son jugadores que pueden jugar en ambas. Entonces, tanto Marcelino como Thiago pueden jugar de 10 en un 4-2-3-1, pueden jugar de extremo, pueden jugar de volante por izquierda en un 4-3-3. Entonces, lo importante es que tengo jugadores capaces de jugar en varias posiciones.
Last two, Andrés Centennial.
Andrés Quiñones de Latingoles de Univisión. Bueno, primero quisiera conocer pues su opinión de este juego y segundo, ya estuve hablando de eso, pero me gustaría conocer si es usted uno de esos técnicos que le gustan las rotaciones, o sea, que no tiene un 11 pues particular para cada juego, sino lo vamos a estar rotando.
Sí, bueno, primero que nada, el partido creo que fue un muy buen partido, lo dije en inglés, pero ahora lo repito, creo que el rival fue bastante bueno, hizo un gran trabajo, mis respetos para el entrenador Miguel Ángel Ramírez, creo que es un grandísimo entrenador, que lo va a ver muy bien, tiene una propuesta de juego la cual admiro como entrenador, como aficionado al fútbol, entonces fue muy lindo enfrentarlo el día de hoy y creo que al final lo que vimos fue un equipo de Atlanta que primero jugó muy bien la primera parte, creo que generamos muchas jugadas de sensación de peligro y después en el segundo tiempo cuando el partido se puso un poco difícil, que recibimos el gol en táctica fija y ellos toman confianza, vi la respuesta de pasión, de coraje, de entrega, de determinación, de nunca rendirse, de buena mentalidad que me gusta y eso creo que al final es lo que nos dio la victoria. Con respecto a las rotaciones, pues ni una ni otra. Creo que hay competencia en el equipo y algún día lo decía que tengo muchísima competencia en cada posición. Creo que tengo a jugadores en la gran mayoría de las posiciones donde van a estar peleando el lugar en cada entrenamiento, en cada partido. Pero sí llega un momento en MLS, en la temporada, donde sí me gusta ser más consistente para que los jugadores comiencen a tomar ese conocimiento uno del otro. Pero ahorita a lo mejor no estamos todavía en ese proceso. Ahorita estoy en el proceso de ir viendo cada quien cuánto me puede dar en cada posición o en cada combinación. Llegar a un punto donde sí me gustaría tener ya un 11 muy, muy definido.
Coach, felicidades por la victoria. Siempre es bueno ganar. ¿Cómo te pareció? Ya te lo preguntaron, pero me gustaría saberlo en español para nuestra gente que siempre nos ve y nos escucha en Conexión Deportiva. ¿Cómo viste el desempeño de Thiago Almada? Y quisiera también saber cómo va la recuperación de Luis Araujo. Si se encuentra bien, si va a volver pronto. Y en líneas generales, ¿cómo calificaste ese partido? ¿Cómo viste al equipo?
Bueno, primero comenzando con lo de Thiago Almada, creo que fue un buen debut, fue un debut probablemente difícil, ¿no? En el momento en el que él entra, el partido estaba un poquito ahí pesado, con mucha intensidad, ellos ajustaron bastante bien al medio tiempo, pero creo que al final cuando comenzó a conectar sus pases, cuando comenzó a juntarse, vimos algunos chispazos de esa calidad que nos puede traer, conectando con Joseph, con Marcelino, cambiando de juego sin ver prácticamente un pase perfecto que le mete a Jake Murrani. Creo que vimos esos chispazos que me gustan en este tipo de debuts, pero obviamente tendrá que seguir conociendo a sus compañeros, entendiendo en qué áreas de la cancha lo queremos, ser paciente para estar en esas zonas y lo iremos viendo el progreso poco a poco. Después de Luis Araujo, creo que es un jugador que está recuperándose bastante bien. Nos va a ayudar que después de Montreal hay un parón de fecha FIFA, entonces eso nos da tiempo para que esperemos que pueda estar ya en esos momentos reintegrándose quizás al equipo y ver cómo va su evolución, pero somos muy positivos y optimistas con la recuperación de Luis. Y después se me olvidó la tercera, perdón.
En líneas generales, ¿cómo te pareció el equipo?
Muy bien, lo decía ya, el equipo creo que jugó muy bien, me gustó mucho el balance que le dieron al juego entre líneas y las pelotas a la espalda, creo que hubo un buen balance, creo que hubo momentos donde jugábamos muy bien entre líneas y después tratábamos de romper la última línea de ataque con movimientos a la espalda y de repente lo hacíamos también de manera directa, el penal viene de un pase de Alan Franco a la espalda, que gana muy bien Brooks Lennon, entonces esa variante para mí me da que el rival no sabe por dónde apretar. Si me aprietan mis jugadores entre líneas, viene el salto a la espalda. Y si se tiran muy atrás, mis jugadores quedan más abiertos entre líneas. Y en ese sentido me gustó la combinación de ataque que le dio el equipo, muy fluida. Creo que por los dos lados generamos ocasiones de gol y eso es algo que me gusta. Me gustaría también que penetraran más por el centro, que creo que es algo en lo que podemos todavía trabajar mucho más, pero que obviamente con la incorporación de Thiago y Marcelino, quizás por ahí venga un poco en ese sentido.
Okay, so we're going to cut it there. I got Jake here. Sorry, fellas.
Yes, perfect.
Sorry,
Yeah.
fellas.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you. Thanks, Jake.
Thank you.
Brian, good?
One second.
All right, go ahead. Questions for Jake.
Jake, somebody asked me to ask you about the luck of the Irish. Is that a thing in Ireland? Is it the Irish?
I mean, I know it's a shame, but I don't think it's common. No, I don't think it's common.
Doug, go ahead.
Yeah. You had said in the preseason that you simply wanted to score more goals and get more assists this season. Now in your debut, you scored a goal. Just go through that play and what this might mean for the rest of the season for you.
I just remember I had a lot of space, like 1v1. So I remember Marcelino stuck it over the top, got onto it, and by the time I had got onto the ball, it was 1v1, like just outside the box. So as I got 1v1, it's inside the box, and he showed me on my left, so I just dropped the shoulder, shift, and have a pop.
And for what does this mean possibly for the rest of your season? Now with one goal in your debut.
Like I said, though, I just want to keep adding goals, adding assists, trying to help the team any way I can. Whether that's off the bench or starting, I just want to help the team.
What did Gonzalo say to you when coming on the pitch today?
You're going on right wing, Brooks is going to right back.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
You've done this before against Montreal, I think, here last year, early in the season. Seriously, in your role, you said whether it's starting or coming off the bench, but you do seem to have been, a spark plug for this team when it's needed it. Again, a lot last year as well.
Yeah.
Is that kind of a role you see yourself being able to thrive in?
To be honest, it's not a role that I want. I don't want to be that guy coming off the bench. I want to be playing. I want to be starting. I want to be giving the manager headaches. I want to be putting my name out there so that I can start. But I have to earn that. I have to do things like I did today. I have to do even more. I can't just do it now and then be quiet for a few games. I need to keep doing it and giving the manager headaches.
Jake, looking back at the loss to Colorado, and then taking today, obviously a big win for the club. I think about last year when there are a few results that maybe you all let get away from you a little bit. Do you feel that a match like today can serve as a springboard moving forward? And can you find yourself in this position again?
Yeah, I mean, that's football, you know. I mean, the first half, I thought they were really quiet. They had two chances. Brad made two decent saves. The first one was a really good stop. And then they had a little bit of momentum in the second half. They had a lot more chances. But I felt like overall we dominated larger parts of the game. I feel like we had a lot more possession. I can't really remember, apart from the two chances that they had, that in the first half that they really caused us any issues, really. It would have been one of them games that would have slipped away, definitely. But, I mean, we will be in that position again. You know, that's football. But we just need to manage it more. We need to manage it better. We need to make sure we put them games away.
Go ahead there, bro.
Yes, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Could you just speak on just your biggest takeaway from tonight's win?
Not to get complacent. I feel like going into the game, we knew Charlotte were struggling. They're a new team. They're trying to find their identity, the way they play. And not to get comfortable, to still give. I mean, we still did give 100%, but to go into the game with the right mindset, you know, not think that we're going to steamroll these teams, and to make sure that, like I said, that we put the ball into the goal and win these games.
Yeah, just you talking about wanting to play more. I just want to ask about your fitness, how you're feeling right now, and like how many minutes could you play? Do you think right now?
To be honest, Joe, we were struggling a bit even after them 10 minutes. No, I'm only joking. No, I couldn't. I mean, I do what I have to do. You know, if I have to play 60, 90, whatever, 10, do what I have to do. But if I'm honest, I think I could right now my fitness level probably 60.
Last one in the back.
Hi, Jake. Alejandra with Telemundo. How does it feel to have a team with so many cultural backgrounds, the Latinos and their energy? How is that for you? Is that fun, I imagine?
Yeah, it is. I get on great with the Latino guys. We honestly, I do. Like my accent, like a lot of people don't understand my accent. They don't speak English. I don't speak English. According to well, I get on great. I get on really well with Marcelino, Santi, Ibarra. I get on well with all the Latinos.
I'm just going to ask you, did you see Anton? Because he always said he don't speak English.
Yeah, I spoke to Anton, yeah.
All right, we'll start with a question for Ozzy.
Ozzy, can you, or will you go into any detail about what happened to you last week and I guess how it felt to be back out there today?
Yeah, I went to Colorado and they came to me and said that you had to stop playing because you had to check my heart a little bit more. So after that, come back, went to New Jersey, Boston do a lot of tests, and happy to be back, and everything was good. So that's why I played today.
It sounds macabre, but did you have a greater appreciation for getting to play today after having to have your heart looked at and that kind of scare?
Yeah, but like I say, we do all the tests and everything go right, and we went, like I say, Boston, New Jersey, do all the tests, a lot of tests, come back, start training. Like I say, happy to be back on the field. More important for me to be safe, and like I say, I'm here. I decided to play again because it was just a little scare for me, playing a lot of years, and they give me this new, but I'm very excited to be in the pitch again, and happy to play again.
And this was the first time that you'd experienced something like this, is that correct?
No, in Seattle, I got like 2017, I do a little test. My heart was a little bigger than normal, so I had to do it every year testing. So that's why when I came here, do a test every year. So that's what they found out, yeah.
Ozzy, you guys dominated that first half, and I wanted to ask you about, just because the makeup of the team is you're still using some players who may not be, the best 11 on a given day. Talking about a Mercedes, for example, a George Campbell, for example, maybe. How is this team able to dominate so much with those players who are maybe not the star players, but the job that they can do for the team?
I think everyone in the team is capable to play in any moment. So I think we have like 25, 30 players that can play. So we have this team now that start this game today, and I think we play good with them in the first half. We have clearly a lot of chance, but unfortunately they scored in the second half. A little tough from the moment, but find a way to win in the last minute. So I'm very happy for my teammate, for the team, the performance we have, and like I say, happy to get the 3 points today.
I wanted to ask you about that second half as well. What was Charlotte doing that seemed to knock you guys out of the rhythm that you had? Because in that first half, you just had such a rhythmic passing throughout the half, and then what happened in the second half?
They have a good team. They're losing 1-0. They have to push high, and they press high, and they score a goal in the set piece, and when the game is 1-1, always difficult. They had the momentum, and go to us, but we keep the rhythm. We come, we keep the ball, and we keep playing because I know we are home. We have to keep going to get the point, and like I say, in the end, we have a good play in the way, and we score a goal.
Gonzalo said that he loved to see the reaction from the team after Charlotte scored the equalizer. What were you saying, or what was the mood just with what you guys were saying on the field there after they'd scored?
We're going to have a lot of moments like this in the season. We're going to be tied again in the last minute, and we losing the game, and we have to keep the composure, the character of the team, show hey, we have united, we together, we never step out and give up. We always think we're going to win the game, and we did in the end.
Did you have a question? Raise your hand.
Ozzy, you of course played with Gonzalo in Seattle. You of course played under him when he was an assistant for the Sounders. Your particular role over these past first three games of the season, do you see yourself maybe as another assistant coach in a way, given your relationship with Gonzalo?
No, I came here to play and do my best for the team. So I think I train like normal, play like normal, and come here to my best for the team in any way possible, and have the chance to play my first game with the team. And every time I step the field, I want to do my best for me, for the team.
Alejandra, go ahead.
Hola, Ozzy, aquí con Telemundo Atlanta. Felicidades por el partido. ¿Cómo siente un cubano futbolista en Atlanta el cariño que te tiene la gente y la bienvenida que te han dado, toda esa calidez que te han brindado?
No, feliz, contento por la acogida que me han dado aquí en Atlanta desde que llegué. Una afición increíble. Desde que yo estaba en Seattle y en Minnesota la veía y se me ilusionaba un día, ¿por qué no jugar aquí? Porque es una afición que te impulsa, que te da ánimo y nada, estar en esta parte ahora del equipo con Atlanta es increíble cuando tú pisas la cancha y tienes la oportunidad de poder jugar con el equipo y que la afición está apoyándote. Y nada, muy feliz, contento de poder estar aquí y nada, esperemos que la afición siga apoyándonos como hasta ahora para nosotros poder darle muchas alegrías.
A raíz de los hechos de violencia que se dieron en la Liga MX, ¿por qué es tan importante promover un ambiente donde se pueda disfrutar sanamente, en paz, celebrando la inclusividad, como ha puesto el ejemplo ustedes como jugadores y el estadio, la fanaticada que celebra, pero todo es siempre en paz y en un ambiente que puede disfrutar toda la familia?
Sí, es un espectáculo. Yo pienso que todo el mundo viene a disfrutar, viene a ver el espectáculo de jugar. Yo pienso que hay muchas familias que vienen con niños y pienso que lo mejor es disfrutar el partido de la misma manera. Nosotros estamos ahí dando lo mejor de cada uno y nada, la afición pone su parte y espero que sigan así porque lo lindo del fútbol es disfrutar cada momento y nada, yo pienso que todo el que venga a la cancha es disfrutar el partido, estar contento, estar en familia y es un momentico que tiene un domingo, un sábado que salen de la casa y están jugando y vienen a apoyarnos.
Felicidades por la victoria, importante.
Gracias.
Hiciste un buen partido. Mi nombre es Danilo Linares para Conexión Deportiva, disculpa. Hiciste un buen partido en la inauguración acá, el primer partido de la temporada. Te has sentido cómodo en la cancha, se te ve cómodo en la cancha. ¿Cómo ha sido ese recibimiento de tus compañeros, de tus jugadores y cuerpo técnico para que tú te sientas bien y cómodo en el terreno de juego?
No, increíble. Desde que llegué, mis compañeros han sido parte fundamental de mi acogida aquí. Siempre que llegué aquí, cuando tuve la oportunidad de llegar aquí, todos los latinos me acogieron bien, los otros países. Y fue una familia que desde el principio me acogió y yo pienso que eso fue parte fundamental de cómo yo poder aquí adaptarme al equipo, de poder disfrutar. Probablemente para nosotros es disfrutar. Cada vez que entramos a la cancha, dar lo mejor de cada uno y nada, muy feliz por esa acogida que me dieron todos desde que llegué, el cuerpo técnico, la directiva, los jugadores y muy feliz por estar aquí. Pienso que he sido un jugador que está mucho tiempo en la liga y aquí con experiencia, pero bueno, los muchachos me dieron mucho cariño, yo también a ellos y nada, siempre disfrutar, contento y feliz de estar aquí.
Buenas tardes, Andrés Quiñones de Latingoles de Univisión. ¿Cuál es su opinión de este juego de hoy que fue bastante difícil y se gana hasta el último minuto?
No, feliz. Yo creo que el carácter del equipo se demostró. Después de estar empatado el partido por mucho tiempo, mantuvimos la calma. Supimos que es un partido difícil, pero bueno, sabíamos que no podíamos apurarnos. Teníamos grandes jugadores que podían hacer la diferencia y nada, al final llegó el gol que nos dio la ventaja y nada, feliz de poder tener otros puntos aquí en casa.
Oh, sí, buenas noches, felicidades por el triunfo, Nelly Guzmán de Pulso ATL. Sé que ya lo mencionaste en inglés, pero si lo puedes mencionar un poquito en español acerca de lo del problema del corazón que pues nos tuvo a todos un poco preocupados.
Sí, yo en Seattle me hicieron unos test, salió que mi corazón estaba un poquito más grande de lo normal y cada año me hacen un MRI para chequear que todo está bien y aquí, nada, cuando llegué a parar me hicieron los exámenes y nada, estuvieron un poco preocupados por eso, pero ya conocieron los exámenes correspondientes. Fui a Boston, fui a New Jersey a ver otros cardiólogos y nada, me dieron en sí que podía estar tranquilo en la cancha, que podía seguir jugando.